The meeting has already been called to order. We have taken roll call and the recognition has been read. I am going to ask that you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. At the end of the Pledge of Allegiance, in honor of Marion Ramsey, who probably spent almost 20 years on this Board of Education. She passed away yesterday, so I would like you to just remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And our deepest condolences to the Ramsey, McKella, and Littner families. Marion will be missed. Could I have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? We have an agenda.
And could I then have a motion to approve all of the minutes, please?
Motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
I'm going to abstain from B2, November 15, 2017 executive session.
I need to abstain from the first working session, March 5th.
I also need to abstain from all the special meetings and any executive session that I left. Thank you.
Okay, motion carries.
Correspondence, Mr. Brennan, do we have any correspondence?
No, we do not have any correspondence this month.
Okay, and then I am going to turn it over to Dr. Stevenson for her report.
Good evening, everyone. As we normally do, I'll review the monthly attendance. For March 2017-18, 92.95%. Last year, we were about the same at 92.82. And last month, we were 89, so we did see an increase in attendance. Monthly discipline report, junior high school had 368 disciplinary incidents with 94 after-school detentions. That's a combination of extended and regular, and 55 out-of-school suspensions. High school, 197 incidents, 65 detentions, and 24 out-of-school suspensions. Security drill report. Junior high school, in the month of March, 323.18 did a test of the Share 911 notification system. 329, active shooter drill. High school on 3/8, we did a shelter in place. And on 329, a fire drill. That's all that's on the agenda for me, but I'd like to add, as I always do, to try to give you some updates as to where we stand with the 2017-18 school year. And as I said, it's a work in progress right now. We just did the course selection process, so students are selecting their electives, and at that point we will begin building a master schedule and then deciding as to how it's going to look over here in the junior high school with the modular classrooms and how it's going to look over at Frog Pond. We did speak with the district representatives of Little Egg to coordinate a schedule over there, busing and the whole situation, so that's a work in progress as we speak. And again, the schedule, it will be a work in progress, and as soon as we have a definitive answer, it will be posted on the website. I plan on putting an informational update on the website within the next week, just to keep you posted as to where we are. Park testing is this week at the high school, started today, and it will continue on through the remainder of the week, and the junior high school starts on the 24th, which is next week. And that'll be 3 days for our 7/8s, and then 3 more days for our 9th grade students. Okay, and last meeting at the workshop meeting, I did a 2016 school performance report, that is now posted on the website, and of course, they're live streamed, so if you really want something to do, you can go look and review that report. We're very proud of the park scores and our performance report last year. We had drastic increases in our ELA grades 10 and 11. Over 20% of our students, it was an increase in whether or not they received 4 or 5s, which means they would be proficient in those areas. That's a 20% increase, which are excellent. And again, our math scores in geometry in the 9th grade were very high compared to the state in the number of students that are proficient in receiving 4s and 5s. And in addition, our Algebra 1 students are comparative to the state's scores. So I think we're doing quite well in that, and I think that should be noted. I know that we've had a lot of distractions this year with the construction issues and whatnot, but we're really proud of our students and our staffs for the performance on that, and it's something that we should be celebrating, and I think got kind of put under the carpet a little bit due to all the things that we had going on here. We do acknowledge that we have a school attendance issue that we need to work on as a community. Our attendance, chronic absenteeism is a little bit higher than normal. So that's an area that we're going to be addressing in the following school year, whether it be addressing attendance policies and some measures that we're going to have to take to improve those scores or those reports. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stevenson. Moving on to special reports. The first thing I would like to do is to pay homage to those people who certainly deserve it. Everybody on our staff deserves it. But tonight we are honoring our Teachers of the Year and our also our service providers, professional service providers. So first, I know that for the high school, Mrs. Heinrichs, I think she's actually chaperoning the senior trip. So Mrs. Heinrichs works in our special ed department. I remember I was here when she was first hired, and she just seemed like a teensy tiny little girl to me. So we always are very happy to see the people that we hire stay with us for years. And I certainly want her to know that her work here is certainly appreciated. But I know that her husband, Keith, and her daughter, Kennedy, are here. So would you please stand up? Claps, I think, are... Plaques, I think, are presented at the end of the year by the building principals, but thank you for sharing your mom and your wife with us. Very appreciate it. We also have our professional service provider for the high school, who is Mrs. Mooney. Mrs. Mooney, you want to come down? Of course she does. I don't know how she does it, but, you know, she somehow takes our kids and gets them where they need to go. We appreciate that. But in addition to everything you do for our district, I know that you go way beyond what you do here, and that you are one of the best humanitarians I have ever known. So we appreciate the fact that you work for us. Thank you so much. For our junior high, Mrs. Rosario. Oh. Congratulations. Mrs. Rosario also works with our special education department, and I see her name on every agenda because she is forever running around with all our kids. So again, great job. We are so proud that you are with us. Thank you so much. And our professional service provider, Ms. Stack. Let's see. Oh, there she is. She followed. Ms. Stack works in our guidance department. School-based. School-based.
School-based.
I don't know how they do what they do, because they all have the patience of saints. They not only deal with our kids who have many issues, many problems, kids who need to talk, but they've also expanded. They are now helping our kids who seem stressed all the time by testing So thank you for being who you are and for working for Pinelands.
Thank you.
And I think our champ here and his crew have a little video to share with all of you.
This one?
Yeah, you guys go for it. Ooh.
So usually in the past, what we have done is we have put together a little video on the day after, or the day we make the decision to our educational service provider and our teacher of the year to go in to kind of, get that kind of wow factor and let them know. Unfortunately this year, there was snafus on both the junior high school side and the high school side. But nonetheless, we were able to put some together. I think in the high school's case, Ms. Zaleski, they...
Ms. Dunphy's video productions class put together a little video to honor our teacher of the year and our educational service professional of the year. And I believe that's what we're beginning with, this one right here.
Absolutely.
So here we have it.
Each year, the Pinelands Regional School District recognizes a Teacher of the Year and an Educational Service Professional of the Year for both the high school and junior high. This year, Ms. Mooney has been recognized as the Educational Service Professional of the Year, and Ms. Heinrichs has been recognized as the Teacher of the Year. Ms. Mooney is the guidance counselor here at Pinelands. She has been working here for 15 years.
Of course, it's an honor. However, I think any kind of individual acknowledgement is based on who you're surrounded by. I'm surrounded by amazing people. They have high standards for themselves. They promote success for our students here at Pinelands and for each other. So therefore, I think I work with a team of educational professionals.
She has worked at Pinelands Regional Junior High School as a special education teacher. Soon after she achieved her master's, she has worked as a school counselor for Pinelands Regional High School.
I've always wanted to work with kids from when I was little. So I used to volunteer when I was a teenager and go work in organizations within our community. I initially I graduated from Stockton, and I was a certified social worker for the state. I worked at Woodbridge Developmental Center. It's an institution. The residents are housed there. I went from that. I was a psychiatric aide at Marlboro Psychiatric Center, a place called Bridge Lane. From there, I was a preschool teacher. From there, I did go back to school and get my special education certificate, and I worked at alternate schools for emotionally disturbed. And from there, I came to Pinelands. I initially started as a teacher in special education. I worked with the emotionally disturbed. I went back for my master's while I was at Pinelands, and I then became a school counselor in high school. So, but I think it was always in me. Maybe working in the school system promoted me to go back to be a counselor, but I always wanted to work with kids.
Ms. Mooney mentioned that working with youth was always important to her before she was a guidance counselor at the high school. She worked at the middle school as a special education teacher.
I think every day is a different challenge by working with the students and what's going on with them. I mean, you can make a plan. Obviously, we work with college and career readiness. We assist with standardized testing, grades, attendance, making sure our students are meeting the state requirements. But outside of that, whatever your plan is, you have to be able to adjust it based on students' needs or what's going on in the school, if there's any kind of crisis or if you need to meet with a student. So whatever you might have planned in a day doesn't always go to plan, so you can't be so set on what you want to do that you can't adjust to meet the students' needs.
She has also stated that after having various different jobs with adolescents and teaching positions in the school system, she had decided she liked being a school counselor.
That's easy. Obviously, it's working with the students throughout the years. It's great when they come back and you see their success stories, so that's awesome. And working with an amazing group of people. I love to come to work every day. I work with an awesome team. The guidance team is like family, so I feel like we really support each other. And ultimately, I think everyone's goal within my department is the students first.
Ms. Heinrichs is an English special education teacher for juniors and seniors. She has also been working at the high school for 25 years.
I was overwhelmed. I was really surprised. It was right before winter break, and we were at the junior high. And I really thought they were coming in to tell me I won the ugly sweater contest. So I was really taken back. So it was an honor.
Ms. Heinrichs began taking classes at Ocean County College in her hometown. She found herself gravitating toward classes in education, specifically learning disabilities.
Yes. I did think when I went to college and I did my student teaching, I was going to teach elementary school. And this job came up, and I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. I love it.
She had mentioned that she looks forward to each September going back to school to meet her new students. Then we asked her what were some challenges she had faced.
My biggest challenge this year, of course, was our split session schedule. So it was unique, it was a little different, but it was inspiring to students because I teach reading and English. And so to get high school students to want to read books is somewhat challenging.
Ms. Heinrich said that one of her most rewarding experiences as a special education teacher is, even when students have moved on from my class, I am still part of their lives.
I've done a lot of reflecting this year. I think it is watching my students love to read. By the end of the year, they say, hey, do you have another good book I can read? And that just makes me smile.
Highland Regional High School is the second home for many students in this limited amount of support for all. Our teachers deserve recognition for all of their hard work. Thank you, Ms. Mooney and Ms. Heinrich, for your outstanding efforts and unconditional love for our school.
Thank you again. I'm a relative newcomer to the high school, but it didn't take me long to realize that both Ms. Mooney and Ms. Heinrich, they stand out among their peers, both outstanding professionals. Thank you. It's an honor to work with you both.
Yeah, so now the junior high school is up, and well said, Mr. Molesky. So we had a bit of a snafu when we were doing our introductions for our educational service professional and our teacher of the year. So we got this wonderful footage, going into the classroom, seeing that emotion. Well, I'll just let the video kind of explain it, but go ahead, Mr.
Oh, Mr. Shore, what are some of the things that you might want to check on when you're making a video? Let me think about that. Battery, camera's on, it's recording, and the sound is on. Guess what I forgot to do? When we were announcing our Teacher of the Year and our Educational Service Professional of the Year, I forgot to turn the sound on the camera. Boo! So what we're going to do right now is hopefully I'll kind of walk you through the steps. I'll show you some of the actual footage, and we'll try to relive the moment as best as we possibly could. So let's not waste any more time in my office. Let's get to it. Okay, everyone. So here we are in the junior high school conference room. This is where the Teacher of the Year Committee and Educational Service Professional of the Year Committee met. We reviewed all the information, made our selection. After that, we all decided as a group to make the announcements to two very deserving people, Tracy Rosario, Teacher of the Year, and Dara Stack, our Educational Service Professional of the Year. So try to capture the moment on film, which we did. Unfortunately, we won't be able to hear anything, but we'll try to walk through the process. So, Rebecca, you want to tell me? Let me turn this way. So we waited. We surprised everyone. We went into Miss Rosario's room, just like so. And when we came in, her whole class was here, her students, her aides. Mrs. Rosario happened to be sitting at that desk right there, at that table. I proceeded to walk to about here that day, and I made the announcements. Of course, everyone was excited, everyone cheered. You know what? Let's show the original footage. Just pretend you hear everyone being very excited and cheer. So let's go to the original tape. right, everyone, so after we finished catching up with Ms. Rosario making an announcement here, we went right down the hallway to school-based youth services where Dara Stack was waiting. Now, the backstory is I had called her a few minutes prior to tell her that I was on my way because we needed to discuss an issue with a student, so she didn't have any idea, so we kind of set her up that way. So we walked out into the hallway, and as soon as we opened the door, the little bells rang, and a few people came up, a few of the school-based youth services staff came up, and we were, pointing this way, get back, get back. So we proceeded to come down the hallway here in school base, and we went to Miss Stack's office. And when we got there, she was sitting right there in that chair. And she was looking at me, and I was looking at her, and I said, ha ha, I got you. And she was so excited, and we were so happy for her. And so let's go to the actual footage, and you can see for yourself. So let's cut to that footage now. This is about the approximate location that I realized that I had taken all this wonderful footage and captured all these great moments with Tracy and Dara and our staff. And this is about the place where I realized that I didn't turn on the sound. And I'm thinking to myself, well, how in the heck am I going to relive this? So I hope this little snippet kind of fixes that. I know it doesn't, but I want to thank, certainly the committee who took time out of busy schedules to help make those difficult decisions. And again, congratulations to Tracy and to Dara. They are two wonderful ladies, and it's an honor and privilege to work with them. So the honor is well deserved, so congrats once again.
So first and foremost, I do want to thank our junior high school selection committee. It's never an easy process, and I would like to also, recognize all the nominees. But to Tracy and to Dara, on behalf of the junior high school, I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for the things you do every day. It is an honor and a privilege to work with such wonderful ladies that educate our kids and have their futures in mind after they leave here. So I hope you guys know that I think the world of both of you, and it is an honor and a privilege. So well deserved, and congratulations to both of you.
Do we have anybody from the student council here tonight? No? PTSO. All right then, we'll just move on to our students of the month, Mr. Shore.
So we are back with our March students of the month. I do know, I think we have a few here. I do know that it seems like this was a month everyone had a lot of stuff going on. So without any further ado, Mr. Goudet.
Student of the Month, Student Spotlight edition for the month of March. it is my pleasure to be sitting next to one of our 7th grade students, Melanie Matuzak. Melanie, how are you?
Good.
That's good to hear. Congratulations on becoming Student of the Month. You are very welcome. So Melanie, why don't you take a quick second and why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
I like to hang out with my family and do things.
All right, very cool. So when we got to talk the other day and you learned that you were nominated and won Student of the Month, how did that make you feel?
Excited.
Cool, excellent. And it should, because you worked very hard to get to be Student of the Month, correct? Good. So what has been your favorite thing or favorite things about Pinelands Regional School District?
The field trip.
The field trips, excellent, okay? And right now, is there anyone that you want to take a second to give a shout out or to thank for helping you along
My
your
friends.
journey? Friends? Okay. So, all right, here we go, Melanie. This is the random questions. We're gonna talk about a few things here and really get to know who Melanie is. Okay, you ready for this? Okay. So first question up, what is your favorite season?
Summer.
Summer is your favorite season. Question number 2, if you could shop for free at one store, which one would you choose? Loomies, okay. Would you rather go bungee jumping or skydiving?
Bungee jump.
Okay. How many slices of pizza are you capable of eating in one sitting? 3 slices of pizza in one sitting. And last thing, 3 things you cannot live without.
My friends, my family.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to introduce to you one of our 7th grade students of the month, Melanie Matuzak. Congratulations. Keep up the great work. You're very welcome.
Congratulations, I didn't see her walk in. Melanie, are you here? Well, congratulations to Melanie. We'll make sure she gets this tomorrow. Melanie Matuzak.
Once again, welcome back. I am sitting next to Jordan Otto, one of our 7th grade students of the month. Jordan, congratulations on your accomplishment. You are very welcome. So Jordan, why don't we kick the interview off? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So my favorite sports
Okay.
are football, mostly,
Okay.
and soccer, and then baseball.
Football, soccer, baseball, in those orders.
Yes.
1 to 3.
Mhm.
Excellent. So we got to talk in my office the other day, and I informed you that you were nominated and you won Student of the Month. So when we had that chat, how did that make you feel about that?
I'm really excited. I worked really hard for it, pretty much every day.
Good. So it's good to get recognized for your accomplishments, right?
Mhm.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So what has been your favorite part about Pinelands Regional Junior High School, or maybe about Pinelands itself?
Favorite part about Pinelands Junior High School
Mhm.
was gym class.
Gym class? And you just came from gym class, right? At the track today? A little windy though, isn't it? You're running? No. So, do you want to take the opportunity right now while we have everyone's attention out there to give a shout out to thank anyone that's been a big influence on you?
Thank my mom
Okay.
for blessing me with
Mhm.
everything in life.
Good
She
answer.
helped me, supporting everything.
Well, I'm sure if mom is out there watching right now, I'm sure she's extremely proud of you, and extremely proud that you are a student of the month. So, keep up the great work, okay? Great. It's the random question round. So, first question. What is your favorite season?
Winter,
Winter. If you could shop for free at one store, which one would you choose?
Dick's Sporting Goods,
Dick's Sporting Goods. Would you rather go bungee jumping or skydiving?
skydiving,
How many slices of pizza are you capable of eating in one sitting?
7.
7. 7 slices in one sitting? Yeah. All right. And 3 things you cannot live without.
My dog, my phone, and my brothers.
It's a good answer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you Jordan Otto, one of our 7th grade students of the month. Keep up the great work. Congratulations, man. You're welcome.
So congratulations, Jordan, are you here? I didn't think he was ever met. Jordan Otto, congratulations.
Hello, welcome back, everyone. It is an honor and a privilege to be sitting next to one of our 8th grade students of the month, Kat Stories. Kat, congratulations on becoming Student of the Month.
Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. So, Kat, while you have everyone's attention, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born in the Philippines. I play volleyball and softball, and I like to read.
Oh, okay. So, how old were you? What grade were you when you came to the United States?
I came to the United States when I was In first grade.
In first grade, okay, excellent. So, well, we got to talk the other day, which was very exciting, and you learned that you were nominated and won Student of the Month. So how did that make you feel?
I felt very accomplished and very excited.
Well, you should, absolutely you should. So you're in 8th grade now, so what has been some of your favorite things about Pinehurst?
Well, I like that it gives us a lot of opportunities and a lot of clubs, and I would like to join Foreign Language Club next year.
Yeah, you know, knowing you do have a very busy, it's not only academics, but you are involved in a lot after school. Obviously, you got your uniform on right now, so big game today?
Yeah.
Who are you playing?
Lakewood.
Oh, well, good luck. Bring home a victory, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, well, Kat, I know that it's never easy to accomplish all the things you have accomplished, so is there anyone you want to take an opportunity to give a shout out to or to thank that's been influential?
Yeah, my parents, my mom and dad, without them, I wouldn't be here in the first place, and without them, like, they stuck by my side, like, the whole time I was going to finance and from elementary school, too.
Well, if I am sure, without question, that they are very, very proud of you. So keep up the great work. Okay, Kat, here we go. Let's just dive right into the random questions. What do you say? Yeah, go right for it? Okay. So first question, what is your favorite season?
Fall.
Fall is your favorite season. If you could shop for free at just one store, just one, which one would you choose?
Hollister.
That's a good choice. You know, I like the smell that comes out of Hollister. I think they pump cologne out there or something.
Yeah,
like
a
that.
lot of it.
Yeah. It smells good. Would you rather go bungee jumping or skydiving?
Skydiving.
Okay. How many slices of pizza are you capable of eating in one sitting?
3 slices.
3 slices? All right. And 3 things you cannot live without.
Family, food, and water.
Well, those are excellent choices. And ladies and gentlemen, Kat Story is one of our 8th grade students of the month. We are extremely proud of her. Keep up the great work and congratulations. And good luck in the game today.
Kat Stories, congratulations. There she is. Come on, Kat. She's one of the best. Congratulations, kiddo.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work, okay? Did you win? Did you beat Lakewood the other day?
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. Good all the way.
Hello and welcome back. It is an honor and privilege to be sitting next to one of our 8th grade students of the month, James Cahill. James, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. So while we have everyone's attention, why don't we kick the interview off by telling everyone a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I like to play soccer. I was the captain of the 7-8 soccer team this year. I like fishing. And so far at Pinelands, I've gotten straight A's 5 times.
Wow. So you captain of the 7-8 football team and 5 marking periods of straight A's. So that's a great accomplishment. Congratulations on that too. You're welcome. And, you learned that you were student of the month. You were also student of the month last year, well, in 7th grade. So when we had that conversation, does it feel any different? How did you feel this year as opposed to last year?
Just relieved that all the hard work paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. So 8th grade now, what has been something or some things that you have enjoyed about the junior high school or about Pinelands?
There's more freedom than in elementary school.
Sure, yeah, a little bit, absolutely. And then next year, in 9th grade and going into 10th grade, you'll have, more freedom when you get across the street to the high school, absolutely. So, well, it's never easy getting to where you've gotten to and accomplishing things you've accomplished without a good support system. So, while you have the opportunity, is there anyone that you might want to give a shout out to or thank?
My mom and dad.
Excellent. They to support you? Awesome. So, okay, well, let's get right to this. It's the random question time. So, are you braced? Are you prepared, ready to answer these very tough questions? Okay. First question, what is your favorite season?
Fall.
Fall's favorite season. If you could shop for free at one store, which one would you choose?
Target.
Target? Would you rather go bungee jumping or skydiving?
Probably skydiving.
Skydiving? How many slices of pizza are you capable of eating in one sitting?
Around 4.
4? Okay, that's good, right in the middle, right? And last question, 3 things you cannot live without.
Soccer,
Yep.
fishing, and religion.
You heard it from him, one of our 8th grade students in the month. Congratulations once again to James Cahill. Nice job.
James? Well, congratulations to James. Great job, buddy.
Hello, welcome back. I am sitting next to Zach Help, one of our 9th grade students of the month. Congratulations, Zach, on your accomplishment.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. So, Zach, why don't you just take a quick second to maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, things you like.
Well, I'll start off for sports. I played basketball for some time.
Okay.
Not in like a team or anything, obviously.
For fun.
For fun. Same goes for football. Don't watch it though.
Gotcha.
Hobbies is video games.
Okay, awesome. Very good. So we got to talk in my office the other day, and you learned that you were nominated and won Student of the Month. So when you got that news, how did that make you feel?
Not good, but I just had to guess why I got, because I know I didn't get it other times.
Well, I mean, you must be doing something good because you got a lot of people that nominated, said a lot of great things about you. So the things you must be doing in your classroom, in and out, must be great. So keep up the great work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you're in 9th grade now. What has been maybe something you enjoyed about Pinelands Junior High School or about Pinelands Regional School District?
Well, I mean, English is, I like English this year.
So you like your English? Did you like all of your English classes? Would you really like 9th grade English this year?
I liked all of them equally. I like this one especially.
So is there anyone right now, while you have the attention of all the fine folks out there, that you might want to give a shout out to or a thank you for helping you along the way?
I can't name any specific, but all of them do count, all human relationships.
All human relationships? That's a good answer. Yeah. Okay. All right, Zach, let's just dive right into these random questions and kick this thing off, okay? So first question is, what's your favorite season?
Summer.
Summer's your favorite season, okay?
Yeah.
If you could shop for free at one store, just one store only, which one would you choose?
The most expensive one. I gave it up, but I mean, any expensive one counts.
But yeah, absolutely. I think that's a fantastic.
It makes sense if it was expensive and free.
Right. You're not going to hear an argument from me. Absolutely. So, would you rather go bungee jumping or skydiving?
Neither.
Neither? Okay, don't like heights? There you go. Well, that's a fair answer. Okay. How many slices of pizza are you capable of eating in one sitting?
Probably could eat the whole thing, but
Okay.
I don't allow myself to do that. I only eat 2.
So you don't go 2, but you could go 8, but you only limit yourself to 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And 3 things you could not live without.
Technically, organs, body,
Yeah, true statement.
brain.
Yeah, those are good answers. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so proud of him. One of our 9th grade students, Zachary.
Without question, one of my most favorite interviews of the year. The man, Zach House. Congratulations, buddy. Nice work, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Successfully killed my father.
Oh, welcome back. I am so excited to be sitting next to one of our 9th grade students a month, Rita Castellanos. Rita, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, congratulations on being named Student of the Month. You are very welcome. So, Rita, why don't you tell the fine folks out there a little bit about yourself?
My name is Rita Castellanos. I'm in 9th grade. I speak 2 languages, English and Spanish. I'm a straight-A student. I play field hockey and lacrosse, and I enjoy reading and photography.
Yeah, that's a heck of a resume you just rattled off there. Okay, so we got to talk the other day in my office, and you came in like very puzzled, like, why is Mr. Shore calling me down to his office? But then we got to chat, and I let you know that you were nominated in one Student of the Month, and that big wonderful smile came across your face. So when you found out that you were nominated and won, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel really, really happy and kind of accomplished.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you're in 9th grade now, so you've been around a few years. So what's been something you've enjoyed about the district or about Pinelands Junior High School?
Honestly, all the teachers, because I've had very good experience with every one of my teachers, and they're very supportive and friendly.
Awesome, that's good to hear. So do you want to take a second right now to give a shout out or to thank anyone that's been a positive influence on your life?
I would like to thank my parents for pushing me very hard, and my friends and all of my teachers.
Awesome. Well, I know everyone's extremely proud of you. Sure. All right, Rita, let's talk about these random questions. So let's just kick it off. I'm just going to throw the first question out there. What's your favorite season?
Fall.
Fall's your favorite season. If you could shop for free at one store, which one would you choose?
Probably like Target.
Target? Okay. Would you rather go bungee jumping or skydiving?
Bungee jumping.
Okay. How many slices of pizza are you capable of eating in one sitting?
2.
Okay, 2's good. And last question, 3 things you cannot live without.
My phone, my bed, and food.
Great answers. Ladies and gentlemen, such an honor to be sitting next to Rita Castellanos, one of our 9th grade students of the month. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations to Rita, I know she was able to make it. Also, for the people that are here, affixed to the back is a gift certificate for a free lunch in the cafeteria, so you guys feel free to use that whenever you want. And thank you to Tina and our cafeteria staff for doing that. And congratulations once again. We are so proud of you, to our junior high school student of the month, along with our high school students of the month. With that being said, I will pass the floor over to Mr. Molesky for the high school presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shore.
You're welcome, Mr. Molesky.
I will be presenting this month's awards on behalf of Mr. Bannon, who so valiantly insisted that he be the one that chaperoned the senior trip down to Florida. Can't thank him enough for that. And basically, we have our videos that were created by Ms. Dunphy's class, and we'll just get them rolling.
Hello, welcome to Pineland Student Spotlight for the month of March. I'm Principal Sean Bannon. I'm here now with one of our sophomore students of the month, Jack Doyle. Jack, congratulations on your honor. Jack, what class have you enjoyed taking during the time at Pinelands?
I'd have to say my favorite class this year is AP US History with Mr. Sanzari. I just really like the way he teaches, and I love learning about our nation's history.
Excellent. Is that something that you've always had interest in?
Yes, starting in 8th grade with my civics teacher, that's when I really started to grasp an enjoyment with history.
Oh, great. Glad to hear this continuing to grow. Are there any other teachers that made a positive impact on you during your time here?
Definitely Mr. Bradley with AP Macroeconomics, Mr. Kirby, he's an amazing person and teacher. I really enjoy both of their classes a lot.
Good. Well, I'm certainly very glad to hear you have so many teachers that are already making such a positive impact on you, and I certainly hope that continues during the rest of your time here as well.
Yeah.
So when you're not in class learning about all these great topics that you enjoy so much, what else are you involved in?
I'm involved with the school soccer team, the track team, and Wildcat Snatch team.
Certainly seems you're keeping yourself quite busy.
Yes.
Are one of those activities the one that you prefer more than others?
Soccer, definitely.
What position do you play?
Usually, mostly midfield, outside mid, so like usually right side.
Good luck next year. I know you do club as well, you said, but
Yes.
I'm sure you're keeping yourself ready for the fall season here. Is there anybody else you'd like to thank because of the man you are today?
Definitely my parents. They're always keeping up and being very active in my life, and I appreciate that a lot.
Understandable. I'm sure they enjoy hearing that as well.
Yes.
So, Jack, I know as a sophomore, not everyone always thinks about the future, but I know you told me that you've already started thinking about what you want to do for your life after Pinelands.
Yes, I definitely want to pursue a career in the military. That's always interests me a lot with like family members and friends in the military.
Any branch in particular?
Army.
Okay. Excellent. Well, certainly wish you the best of luck in the rest of your time here at Pinelands and when you're serving our country as well.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you, Jack, and congratulations.
Congratulations, Jack, on Student of the Month. I can't think of a student more deserving. You are always on task, working hard in class. You always come with a great attitude, super respectful to everyone, and just really appreciate all your time and effort that you always put in. You're a good example and a good man. Thank you very much. Well deserved.
Congratulations to Jack Doyle.
I'm here now with Georgiana Gobisek. Georgiana is one of our sophomore students of the month. Congratulations on this honor.
Thank you.
So are there any classes you've enjoyed taking during your time at Pinelands?
I've enjoyed taking my geometry class. That's one of my favorite classes.
Why does that class stand out so much to you?
I've always been a fan of math. It's one of my favorite, and I like it because it's a challenge.
Excellent. No, I'm glad to hear it's not just because you find it so easy, that it's something that actually does challenge you. That's great. Are there any teachers that have really made a positive impact on you so far?
Yes, Ms. Chigelski, she's very helpful and she's always there for you, even if it's not school related.
And obviously, she's your geometry teacher this
Yeah.
year as well. So I guess that goes to why you were saying how much you enjoy that class.
Yeah.
So it's great that it's not just the class you enjoy it, but it's truly from the teacher itself and that relationship you built with her. So when you're not in school, what do you enjoy doing?
I'm normally outside taking pictures or just enjoying the outdoors.
Excellent. I know you must be really looking forward to the weather changing. It's been a little bit difficult necessarily to be outside and enjoy it the same way. Is there anyone you want to thank for making you the young lady you are today?
Of course, my parents, my sister, my brother, they're very helpful when it comes to school and motivating me.
Understandable. It's good to always have that support system at home, and I'm sure they appreciate hearing that from you as well.
Yeah.
Have you started thinking about life after Pinelands?
Yes, I would like to go into the medical field.
Certainly, best of luck to you. Maybe a few more years here with us, which we're glad to see as well. Expect more good things from you along the way. But best of luck in your future.
Congratulations, Georgie. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you're a student of the month. You're so deserving. I'm so proud of the student that you are in class, but also the young woman that you are becoming. Congratulations. I'm so happy and so proud.
Congratulations, Georgiana.
I'm here now with Garrett Brown. Garrett is one of our junior students of the month. Garrett, congratulations to you. Garrett, what class have you enjoyed taking during your time at Pinelands?
I like taking physics from Mr. Brown. Really good teacher. Enjoying class and everything. Also, I like Spanish 4. Mrs. Schilling. No, Spanish 3, my bad. Maybe Spanish 4 next year. And sports marketing, Miss Bennett. Really good class.
Why do those classes stand out so much to you?
The teachers are really good at teaching and making a good impact in the classroom.
Okay. So you would say those are the three that really make the biggest impact on you and your time here as well? And what makes them make this impact on you?
They really care about my education, talk to me after school and stuff.
That's excellent. I'm glad that you have such a strong support system during your time here. I know you're also very active outside the classroom as well, right? So can you tell us what activities you're involved in?
I play football and basketball. I do football. I do like 7-on-7 team in the spring.
I know obviously you must be looking forward to the fall again. You know, most people are very happy with the spring coming, but I'm sure you're looking forward to the actual 11-on-11 starting back up again. Good luck during your 7-on-7, and look forward to seeing you in the field again in the fall as well. Garrett, congratulations again on this honor. Look forward to seeing more positive things from you in the future.
Hi, Garrett. Congratulations on being named Student of the Month. Que fantastico. I just want to say it's really a delight to have you as a student each and every day. You bring such positive energy into the classroom, so continue doing great things and enjoy this honor.
I'm here.
Congratulations to Garrett Brown.
Here now with Katie Trout. Katie's one of our junior students of the month. Katie, congratulations on this honor.
Thank you.
Katie, what class have you enjoyed taking here at Pinelands?
Pretty much any science class because I'm more like math science person. I really like my sciences this year because I have 2 science classes with Mr. Wells. I have marine science and environmental science. So I have them for 2 periods in a row and they're pretty fun.
Are you more of a biological science type person?
Yeah.
Why do you get drawn towards that, to more of the physical sciences?
I don't know. I just like learning about how certain like systems of the body or like animals, how things work, stuff like that.
Are there any teachers that made a positive impact on you so far?
I would say Mr. Rua. I had him last year for English, and I don't know, he was just awesome. Him and I seem to like really get along.
Good. I'm glad he had such a positive impact on you, as you said. Someone stands out with you, even though you are not in his class currently.
Yeah.
So when you're not in classes in general, what is it you like doing?
I do archery at home. It's pretty fun. I think a lot of people would probably think it's because of the Hunger Games, but it's not.
What type of bow do you use?
I have a recurve bow, so like it doesn't have any of the special attachments like a compound bow would.
Okay. For something you're doing for a long time?
Yeah, since 6th grade, I think.
Excellent. I'm glad it's something that, you're really enjoying when you're not here. I'm sure it's probably a bit of a stress reliever as well from school, right?
It is.
Yeah, I can see that. So I know you told me as well that you were starting to think about your life after Pinelands.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about what you're thinking you might do?
I would like to be a traveling doctor. I want to go to like war zones and help people who need like immediate medical care.
Wow, that's a very commendable job. Certainly a very dangerous field, but one that can really make a huge impact on lives. So I certainly wish you the best of luck in your pursuit of that, and look forward to hearing those stories when you come back from your visits as well, right?
Thank you.
Katie, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Best of luck too.
Katie Trout, first off, congrats on winning Student of the Month. I am so proud of you. Your name is symbolic because when you came over to the high school and became a member of my sophomore English class, you were a little fish in a big pond. But since then, I have watched you troll through the hallways of this school like a shark with confidence and determination. In fact, because of your hard work, your talent when it comes to writing, and your dedication to the pillars of good character, you have spawned into a strong young woman and became a role model for your peers. So once again, congrats on receiving this prestigious honor, and I will see you around school.
So I'm here now.
Congratulations, Katie. Make sure she gets this in school tomorrow.
Nick Shano. Nick is one of our senior students of the month. Nick, congratulations on this honor.
Thank you.
Nick, what classes have you enjoyed taking during your time at Pinelands?
Definitely woodshop and auto tech, just like the hands-on feeling, get to work on engines, working with good projects, just anything.
Sir, one of the two you prefer, the wood over the engine?
Definitely wood. Definitely working like construction. I've had many jobs with construction. It just helps out for the future.
No, makes a lot of sense. And I want to follow up on this one, even though I probably know the answer. Are there any teachers that made a positive impact on you during your time?
Definitely Malar and Louie, woodshop and auto tech. Just again, life examples that you get to use in the future, whether it's fixing an engine, changing an oil, fixing a door, spackling, tile work, just anything basic that you get to do in the future.
I'm glad that not only they made such a positive impact on you, but you feel very confident in taking those skills forward to help you with your future as well. That's great to hear. So when you're not in your classes, what activities are you involved in?
Right now I'm doing track, currently pole vaulting and doing 100-meter sprints. I did wrestling this past season, but that's pretty much it.
And which of those activities do you prefer?
Definitely wrestling. It's the physical aspect. The I guess 1v1, just go head to head, see who's better.
Nick, is there anybody you'd like to thank for making you the man you are today?
Definitely my mother. Mother's pushed me and encouraged me. Never quitting, just keep that head up and keep pushing forward.
That's great to hear. Have you started thinking about life after Pinelands?
Definitely military. Thinking Army.
What leads you towards that branch?
We've had many family members serve, and my grandfather was in the Army as a Green Beret, so I think it's kind of right to do it. Just serve my country proudly and fight for those who care about me.
Well, that's excellent. Nick, I want to congratulate you on this honor and everything you've done during your time at Pinelands, and I wish you the best of luck in serving our country as well. Congratulations again.
Hey, Nick, how you doing? Congratulations on your award. I'm really proud of you. I've had you for 3 years, and you've been an excellent student. You've always shown much potential. I've known your family for all 3 years, your mom, your sisters, your brothers. So I'm really proud of you, and wish you a lot of luck. You're going to be going into the military, and I think you're going to be a fine soldier. Good luck.
I'm here.
Congratulations to Nick. We'll make sure that he gets this tomorrow. And then our final student.
Yeah, with Beyonce ties. Beyonce is one of our senior students of the month. Beyonce, congratulations too.
Thank you.
What classes have you enjoyed taking during the time at Pinelands?
I've enjoyed all my English classes and writing classes, like journalism and creative writing, all of my AP classes as well. Good, because I enjoy typing and writing essays and writing stories and articles and stuff like that.
Are there any particular topics you like writing about?
I like writing about controversial topics in general because I just like to give my opinion on things.
Understandable. We certainly like hearing it as well. So are there teachers that have made a positive impact on you during the time?
I would say Miss Gleason, who was my 10th grade English teacher, because she's not only giving me advice for the future with school, she's also giving me advice for my personal life as well.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear you've had such a positive relationship with your teacher. It's like you're 10th grade, you're now a senior.
Yeah.
You're still having that rapport with that teacher. That's fantastic to
Yeah.
hear. So what are you involved in when you're not in classes?
When I'm not in classes, I'm involved in English club and Spanish club. I just found a job at Bed Bath & Beyond, so I'm starting that as well.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
No, I'm sure it helped having a little more money put aside for your
Yeah.
future too. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for helping making you be the person you are today?
I'd like to thank my grandma. She's taken care of me for 10 years now, so she supported me through a lot.
That's excellent. I'm sure she's going to love hearing that as well.
Yeah.
Have you started thinking about your life after Pinelands?
After Pinelands, I'm going to go to Stockton, and I'm going to do general media so that I can eventually go on to journalism.
That's excellent. Is there any particular journalistic field you want to study?
No, just any kind is fine. I'm interested in all.
I look forward to reading your articles in the future and everything else, so please let us know which way you end up going.
All right.
Well, best of luck to you, and enjoy the rest of your time here at Pinelands.
Congratulations, Beyonce. I'm really proud of you. You make a great student of the month because you're such a hard worker and a great reader and an excellent writer. I remember when you were a sophomore, your writing is what tipped me off that you should definitely be in AP courses. I am going to miss you next year. We've really come together during lunch every day, and I'm going to miss that. Good luck.
Congratulations to Beyonce. One last announcement before I take my seat. I wanted to recognize Mrs. Bennett's advanced sports marketing class. They entered a nationwide sport marketing competition approximately 6 weeks ago. The class advanced to the finals this past week, and the class found out today, in fact this afternoon, that they have won the whole thing. The competition, which is run by Sports Career Consulting in Portland, Oregon, started with about 90 high schools competing across the United States. The students were responsible for performing marketing analysis on various case studies and then creating detailed marketing strategies and advertising campaigns for those cases. Pinelands triumphed over students from 15 other states, including Florida, Texas, Michigan, and Wisconsin, just to name a few. And they finished the competition by beating Tolland High School from Connecticut. The class will now be awarded with a trophy, a pizza party, and the prestigious honor of being called the National Champions. As recognition for their success, Mrs. Bennett and her students have also been extended an invitation to visit Portland, Oregon next year to attend a symposium at the Nike Corporation, to take a tour of the Whedon and Kennedy ad agency, those are the creators of the Just Do It marketing campaign, and to attend various advertising presentations by marketing executives from Columbia Sportswear and other companies in the Portland area. So I would like to congratulate Mrs. Bennett and her sports marketing class on a job well done. Thank you.
Okay, moving on in our agenda, we are going to go to our first residence forum. So this is on agenda items only. And once again, I will limit to 3 minutes. Yes, I know you all have homework. Anybody want to come up to the microphone for residence forum? Great. Then moving on to our agenda, we are going to go to our first board forum. I'll just ask if any of the board has anything they would like to say at this particular point in time. Mr. Kabricki?
Yes. I know Dr. Stevenson has already talked about our park scores and how the district does a fantastic job in terms of looking at the results for students from year to year and their progress and the school as a whole. But there's another aspect of the standardized test, the PARCC scores, that I think it's important to get the message out. And if you can put that up for a moment. I think it addresses a question about Pineland's pride and about how we compare with schools in our area, because that's something that's important. Okay. I have some handouts if that doesn't come up. It takes a minute to warm up. A lot of times, I know I have friends, and they do not give Pinelands the recognition, either academically or athletically, that it deserves. And we've had many instances where people in the community send their students to other schools. And when you ask them why, they say, well, Pinelands is not as good academically or athletically than school A or school B. And that's a perception, I think, that is not necessarily true. And I think it's about time we dispel that perception and we recognize the excellence that Pinelands is and how it relates to other schools in the area. Someone can just get the light there. You'll see in this diagram the schools in our area. How do we compare with schools in our area? And these are the schools around us. To the south is Absegami and Cedar Creek. To the north is Southern, Barnegat, Lacey, Central, Manchester up 539, New Egypt up 539. So that's the schools in the area. Now our PARCC 2017 score results, there were 402 high schools ranked based on their overall performance for high schools. I just wanted to see, in terms of, as a perception, which high schools you think would fall in each of those categories. 4 of them are the top half of the state, with rankings of 175, 180, 186, 194, and then 5 of them are in the bottom half, below 50%. Any guess who has the highest rank out of those 9 schools? Pinelands. Pinelands, not Southern, not Absegami, not Barnegat, Pinelands. If you want to turn the next slide, these are the rankings in terms of the schools in our area. Pinelands, 175, the highest ranked out of schools in our area. New Egypt, which is next, 180. Southern, 186 ranked. Absegami, 194. Those schools are in the top half of the schools in the state. And then you see the schools certainly around us that and their ranking. I think another important thing that needs to be recognized in terms of Pinelands is the degree to which our administration and our teachers take students from divergent elementary schools and move them into a higher level of academic achievement and performance. If you turn the next slide for me. Yeah, this third slide. Here are the PARCC results for our 4 sending districts: Bass River, Eagleswood, Frog Pond, George Mitchell, and Tuckerton. And there are their rankings statewide out of 1,352 schools. And again, you can have your own ideas as to who you think is the top performing school out of those 5 based on a rank, who is, second and third. Again, this is not necessarily a judgment thing, it's just a question of trying to emphasize the perception of Pineland. We do a good job in processing our students who come in from these elementary schools. We get them to the top half of the around the state, and we outperform every other school in our immediate area in last year's PARCC test. And that's something we should take pride in, that's something we should recognize, that's something we should publicize, and that's something we should establish a perception of excellence here for Pineland. If you want to see the elementary, the last slide. You can see the corresponding results for the elementary school districts. If you want handouts to take with you at some point while you leave, they're up here. You could take the ones that appeared on the slideshow. But I just wanted to point those out because it's something we really need to take pride in, we need to recognize, and we have to spread the message. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kabricki. I think for quite a while now, to follow up on what Mr. Kabricki was saying, is that there is a perception problem here. Pinelands is a great school. We have graduates go to MIT, to Princeton. We have graduates go to the academies. We have done an excellent job. And it's unfortunate that many times it's the silent majority who know that, but it was the vocal majority or minority who just continue to blast. So thank you, Mr. Kabricki, for drawing that to our attention. Would anybody else like to speak from the board? All right, then, moving on. We're going to go to our committee reports. Item number 12, which is now broken down committee reports. So, Mrs. Chambers, would you please help us out here?
Thank you, Mrs. Ernst. Back on April the 9th, we met as a board of the whole, and I'd like to, on behalf of the acting superintendent, present the following recommendations for approval this evening, items A1 through item A8 in the agenda.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Bonnicky?
Yes.
Mrs. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Hennadel?
Yes.
Mr. Kabricki?
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh?
Yes.
Ms. Palladino?
Yes.
Mrs. Paklakua?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Ernst?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
For personnel, please, Ms. Hannadel? Under B.
Oh, sorry. The superintendent presents the following recommendations, number 1 through 8, 9, 10, through 13.
Yeah.
Recommendations. Sorry.
Do we have a second?
Yes, second.
Any discussion?
Yes, I would just like to comment on item 2B. Our appointment tonight for our facilities manager. I was glad to see that we were able to find someone with such experience and looking forward to having someone in.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Bonnicky?
Yes.
Mrs. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Hannadel?
Yes.
Mr. Kabricki?
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh?
Yes.
Ms. Palladino?
Yes.
Mrs. Paklakua?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
And Mrs. Ernst?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Under item C, operations, Mr. Bonnicky?
Certainly, last Monday, on Monday the 9th, we met as a committee to discuss operations, and on the superintendent's recommendation of the business administrator as well, let's present the following item C1 for approval.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, Mr. Bonnicky?
Yes.
Mrs. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Hannadel?
Yes.
Mr. Kabricki?
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh?
Yes.
Ms. Palladino?
Yes.
Mrs. Paklakua?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
And Mrs. Ernst?
Yes. Since this is new, I'm not exactly sure how we're supposed to handle report of the board secretary, so unless there's something that I am doing that is bad practice or illegal, I'm just gonna hand it over to Mr. Brennan.
That's the new, based on our policy, it's just the new name for finance.
So you would just say whoever's going to do finance.
Okay, all right, so it's just a change in wording.
Exactly.
Got it. So I am going to allow Ms. Puha to do that.
Okay, the committee met as a whole on April 9th and based from the acting superintendent and business administrator, I present items D1 through 6.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. Item 6 is the change order. We discussed that at our workshop. It looked like there were some items added. The list looks longer.
I think so, that was I haven't changed anything since our meeting of Monday, where our professional's here to explain them.
This is for ESIP, correct? Well, DCO.
Yes.
good with that, Karen?
Yep, and then I have a question on transfer number 22, item 1. So it's a large amount, it says rationale is to cover instructional salaries, but it looks like we're moving it from salaries. Looks like it's
You're
to
right.
purchase services?
I think that's a misprint, that actually reverse it. It should be going into the salary line. I'll make the change for the minutes.
So it's from those areas into the
Into-
salary?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that, thank you. Okay, any other discussion? All right. Mr. Bonnicky?
Yes.
Mrs. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Hannah?
Yes, except I have to abstain from number 3.
Okay. Mr. Kabricki?
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh?
Yes.
Ms. Palladino?
Yes.
Ms. Paclatua?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
And Mrs. Ernst?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Okay, item number, or letter E on our agenda is our annual appointments. It is my understanding that these will be done for basically right now a 6-month period, and then will be done in January when we reorg. Everybody get that?
Yes.
Okay, then I am asking for a motion to approve annual appointments, items 1 through 30.
45.
45? Alrighty, through 45. Thanks, Jeff. Motion?
Motion. I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Yes, I have a question on item number 40, the anticipated contracts for the 2018-19 year, beginning July 1. Is this list completed? It includes all of the vendors that we have approved. The only reason, and it's a last minute question, I'm sorry, because I'm not noticing our auditors on here.
They're separate.
There have been additions, I think.
Oh.
The list has been updated.
This resolution's in accordance with chapter 47, which is a recognition of the anticipated contracts. It's not a comprehensive list because we're anticipating we're going to do contracts, so there's really not much guidance of how we're going to predict who we're going to do contracts with. So what I did to fulfill the law was I ran a list of the businesses that we've done work with over our bid threshold of 40,000. So that's where that list has been generated from.
Okay. So any of them that would be under 40 would not appear on this list?
No.
Okay, because I'm not noticing the new approvals for our health insurance brokers either, so, okay.
Well, keep in mind, it's the health insurance company that we pay to. So we don't pay anything specifically to the broker, so they wouldn't show up on our vendor list.
But Horizon Blue Cross is
Horizon,
listed?
right, and state health benefits is there as well. So it's more of a suggested list type of thing rather than it is an actual list of what occurred.
Okay.
But does, the list has been expanded?
Yes, we
Yes.
added some more, and we ran a most recent list of what occurred this
Okay.
year.
Can see that. Okay, thank you. And I just want to make a note too, the board manual is on there, folks. It is a fluid document, so it will be subject to additions, revisions as we move through the school year, especially with the approvals next year in January in our reorg meeting.
All right, any further discussion?
Yes, so I had sent a question, I apologize, had a busy day at work today, did not get a chance to check my board email for a response, but it was with regard to the shared contracts.
That was correct.
Shared services contract,
Yeah,
they've been amended?
the wording matches the numbers, yes.
Okay, good. So there were 3 of them, right?
Right,
Okay, thank you.
thank you for that heads up.
Good.
Okay,
Yes.
any other discussion? All right, hearing none, Mr. Bonnicky?
Yes.
Mrs. Chambers?
Yes.
Ms. Hannah?
Yes, except I have to abstain from number 42, I believe.
It's a volunteer position.
What?
We don't
Can't-
pay
you
you.
I don't have to?
We're
You
not
you
paying
can't
you for
vote.
that.
Right, you can't vote if you're getting reimbursed money, but you can vote for yourself for a volunteer position.
Okay, so then yes, everything.
Mr. Kubricki.
Yes.
Mrs. McVeigh?
Yes.
Ms. Palladino?
Yes.
Mrs. Pakwakua?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Mrs. Ernst?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Moving on to residents forum, this is for general topics. There is a 3-minute time limit. Anybody wish to speak?
I only have 3 things.
Only?
I had 2, and then we just added 1. All right, Jamie Carnes, Farstead Drive. 3 things that I wanted to bring up. One of which really doesn't have anything to do with the control of the school, but when they have games across the street, and even practices, the parking, I don't understand, there's no parking signs, and everybody feels that rather than walking across the road, they need to park right on the grass, which is an issue, parking on the grass, but the biggest thing is trying to drive through there. There's like 30 cars there, people are darting in and out, it's very dangerous, and I really wish that we could reach out to the township about enforcing that. There's handicap spots, there's plenty of places for people to watch their kids without having to park against the fence right out here in front of the road. I just think it's a safety issue, so I wanted to bring that up. With regards to facilities manager, obviously the public is going to be putting a lot of pressure on the position, and hope he does a extremely difficult job well, because if not, then we're going to be here complaining about it pretty quickly. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys
Thanks
are ready
for the
for
warning.
that. Well, it's very small shoes to fill, to be honest with you. It's not really hard to do as bad as the past.
Remember, Mr. Carnes, you're responsible for anything you say about former employees.
Okay, well, there's no doubt that he did a very poor job. The school's
So,
falling down. So if
again,
he has a problem
Mr.
litigating that, I would gladly love to see him in a courtroom.
Mr. Carnes, I just have to
I
remind
appreciate
you
that.
again,
I
that you're
appreciate
responsible
that,
for
but-
anything you say that could be considered defamatory, libelous, or slanderous against an
Perfect.
employee of the district.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Kubricki, that was very, with your park presentation, I appreciate the passion, and it was very enlightening. From my standpoint, I've never hid the fact that I'm a Monmouth County snob. I was one of the people that were always putting this school down. I think the numbers are atrocious, have been atrocious. And I've always been, and don't get me wrong, because, and I was just as hard on Little Egg and Eagleswood and everybody else as far as, I'm not happy with middle of the road. I think it's we're a little bit higher, a little bit worse. But having said that, I think it is a perception problem. I run into parents all the time that are telling their children that these tests don't matter. You don't have that everywhere else. You have parents that just don't care. I've never seen a community with so many people that do care, but equally amount of people that are telling their children don't even bother taking the test, or who cares, just write down whatever. And that's hurting our scores. So that's where the perception problem, and it's not just here, it's this whole area. I'm not sure why, I'll never understand why, but it has enlightened me as far as going after so much the districts for failure as the individual parents for failure. So, like I said, I appreciate that was good, very well done, very passionate, and I want to join you in that passion and getting those scores up. But I think that we have to reach the parents. We have to reach the people that are telling their children it doesn't matter, because that's a huge difference right there. That'll put us at the top. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie.
Good evening, Kevin Toback, Little Lake Harbor. Question. There's 2 brick paver sidewalks out front, one of which is torn apart. When and if there's something going to be done about it, that is a liability waiting to happen. The bricks have been up for quite a while now. Water pools at the end of it when it rains. Is that going to be fixed anytime soon? Just curious.
Kevin, are you talking here in front of the middle school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, are we aware of this?
Yeah, I think we'll address it. I don't know what the schedule is, but we'll look into it.
Okay.
can maybe shed some light on that.
Yes.
Those tasks were put in a while back for Service Learning Day by Mimi Kurtz. So Maureen Nooner reached out because they were taken, I guess when we had snow, they were plowed over and the plow ran over it. And that's, so Maureen Nooner, who organized Service Learning Day, reached out to George Kurtz. He's gonna come back and repair that, but he was just waiting for nicer weather.
Okay.
And the thaw and stuff like that. So, yes, we don't disagree with you. There is some special kind of significance to those paths, so.
Yes.
He's already been made aware and he volunteered to come back and do that.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. I hope that answers your question. Great.
Don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Wow. All right. I want to thank you all for coming, and we're going to do our final board forum. And I'm sure some people have something to say. So this time I'm going to begin with Mr. Bonnicky.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Mrs. McVeigh.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you, Steve. That was an excellent presentation. It's nice to see in words and pictures just how well we do here, so thank you.
Mrs. Papakua.
Sure. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Mr. Kaburki. I do believe it's a perception, it's not a reality, and that we do need to do better in promoting a positive image. I think the Cat Eye has begun to make inroads with that, but I think it's all really amongst ourselves to help spread the good word. News will sink in eventually when you look at our park scores, when you look at our athletics, when you look at our drama program. There's a whole lot of good stuff that goes on here. I am also not a native. I have been welcomed proudly by the Eagleswood community. I moved here when my kids were in first grade and preschool because of Eagleswood School. And I can say I have not been disappointed. It is truly a perception. I'm proud to say that my oldest son went all through Pinelands here. He'll be graduating from Columbia University this year. So hard work pays off. It's got a great support here, and I think we can all do more to promote that. So with that, I'd like to congratulate the students of the month. I'd like to congratulate our staff and professionals of the year, as well as all of our staff for their dedication to our students here. And I would really like to thank Mrs. Bennett, who my kids have had. She is a fantastic teacher. Congratulations to you and your class. That's all.
Ms. Palladino.
Thank you all for coming out. Mr. Bricky, I love the slideshow. My kids love it here. I loved it here when I came here. I will always be a Wildcat.
Awesome. Mr. Kabricki, would you like to add?
Yeah, I would also like to recognize Mrs. Bennett. Not only is her class a national champion, which is unbelievable, but obviously she excels in everything. Her volleyball team was the short conference championship. That's the kind of teacher, that's the kind of person who makes Pineland special, that pushes the students to excel at the highest level. And I agree with you. We could, we're in the top half of the state. We're at the top in terms of Ocean County, but can we do better? Yes. Can we be in the top 100, the top 20%, the top 10%? So we got to keep pushing, and we got to have people like Mrs. Bennett who is going to keep that momentum going forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Bennett, again, and congratulations to the students of the month. It's all been said, and thanks for coming.
Mr. Williams.
Not much more to say. Thank everyone for coming out this evening. To our staff, thank you all for the great job you do, our administration, and Ms. Bennett. Everybody has said it already, but thank you for all you do within this district for all of our children.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Mrs. Chambers.
Yeah, there isn't much more to say. What a great honor, Mrs. Bennett, and the trip hopefully that all of the students will be able to take with you next year. That's great. Thank you for your time and dedication in helping make our students better. Okay. Thank you to all congratulations to all the award winners tonight, students and our staff, teachers, professionals that won awards. Mr. Kabricki, thank you for your presentation. Just one last announcement, and it was actually advertised, and I find it important to say something about it because it does, it is an invite not only for our 9th grade students, but really for all parents to attend. The Little Lake Harbor School District is going to have a regional workshop that's open to all of our local school districts. It's called Dangers of Social Media, Sexting, and Vaping. Mr. Joseph Coronado, the Ocean County prosecutor, will be putting on this forum. The targeted audience is for grades 5 through 9, so it does incorporate our freshmen. However, all interested parents are invited to attend. It happens to be Thursday evening, April 19th at 6 p.m. over at the Frog Pond Multipurpose Elementary School. Childcare is going to be provided, which is a biggie. And they are asking that you RSVP to their district office, specifically to Mrs. Rosenberg, so they can have a count on how many will attend. I think it's something that's very important. It's something that is affecting our young people today, and I don't think a lot of us know the dangers that are involved with this. So I feel that this will be a very informative program. So thank you, Little Lake Harbor, for reaching out to the prosecutor's office and having this go on. Thank you for coming this evening, and we'll see you at our May meeting.
I really don't have much to add. Again, congratulations to all of our Teachers of the Year, our professional service providers, certainly to our students, to the parents who have raised these kids, to our administration. As always, great job, Mrs. Bennett. That is just awesome. I don't know what to say. And make sure that, we try to work out some deal to get you some money to go. I mean, because I just think it would be such a great honor for us. Mr. Kubricki, thank you so much. Mr. Kubricki and I had a little philosophical difference about the presentation because my fear was that I don't ever like to point out the underdog. And that was handled beautifully. So I appreciate that. And he's absolutely right. I want to ask him, though, if he actually was a cheerleader at Penn State University.
If you don't mind, Madam President.
Sure.
I do have one more request. Could you update us on the shared service status of the shared service where we are?
I would update you if we were anywhere. A decision is to be made very soon by the county superintendent, and that will be handed to the Commissioner of Education. So the only thing I know at this point is that it did, we were told by Thursday, which would be tomorrow, that a decision would be forwarded to the Commissioner of Education. And that is all I know. So that's where we stand.
We should be notified as well. Will be copied on that notification?
That question was asked and answered with the individual would check with legal as to whether we would receive that information before or at the same time that it was sent to the Director or Commissioner of Education. So let me tell you, as soon as I know, you will know.
Good.
All right? Anything else?
Yes, I would just like to remind my budget committee members that we have a meeting on Monday, 6:30 in the board office to discuss feedback from the county about our budget.
Okay, thank you, Karen.
Yeah, and ed policy, before you leave this evening, we have 2 dates that we could possibly run our next meeting, but I'd like to discuss it with you first, because it will mean that not everyone can attend.
Well, I'm going to add to your burden.
And communications, I put out an email as well,
Right.
and I got one response on that so far.
We have talked about training with New Jersey School Board. Mary Ann Friedman has been ill. She is back in her office. She sent me 2 dates for May that would work for her. She's doing 2 other superintendent searches. So she is a very busy woman. Those 2 dates, and it would be a 2-hour session. It would include team building and ethics. And the dates given to me were the 23rd, which is a Wednesday, and the 29th, which is a Tuesday. Those are in May. So, because I can't ask this woman to hold forever.
It's not Memorial Day? The 29th?
That's the day after Memorial Day. It's a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Do I have permission
the
to
day
check my
after.
calendar?
Yes, if you need to look at your calendars. I'm not gonna hold the audience, So if you wanna get back to me, like at the end of the meeting, just tell me what dates are good for you so I can get back to her, that's great. So
The
I'm gonna,
23rd is a Wednesday, which is before the holiday weekend, and May 29th is actually the Tuesday after.
right. All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? We are adjourned at 8:32.
Thank you all for coming.
The 23rd is good for me.
Jeff, you're good for the 23rd.
29 is no good.
What?
So you can take that, yeah, that's the one, and that's the result thing.